really cold today. Guess that's the level you can get. Any of these mixers, you could use another Rubik's Cube and do the same thing and do the matching in any which way. But anyway. This one, see, this is a neat mix. See, this is a neat mix too, to do a matching. And even this, that's a good mix too, to do a matching routine. And it's all mixed, every which way you can think of. And it's still kind of mixed to do a match, do a matching thing. And now it's solved. And this pattern, then there's this pattern, that's a neat pattern, neat kind of pattern all around, and then mix it more and make it another routine for a matching. Make it like it, you can take another fuse and do the same and then match it all around. All these patterns you can use a match for matching idea, matching the cube. Whoops, I made a wrong turn in Albuquerque. Wasn't paying attention when I was doing. I might have to end up solving all that. I made a wrong turn. How'd I do that? I know if I play around with this, let's see.
Front door.
No. No, that's not it either. I made one turn wrong and I goofed it. How'd I do that? I know it's there, it's just trying to figure how I did that. Let's put it in.
I want to go check some. I talked to Sal, I do accept
Oh,
his
wow.
plan.
I'm going to have to solve it,
I've got to
solve
check,
it.
make sure I'm not being lied to. But I got called in now. To get a 12-point inspection from Sal takes $45 to $55. Now, if I find the problem, like if windshield wiper isn't right, then they're
Oh, windshield wipers.
want to put that in, so I don't know how much it costs. But I told her at first that I had to check engine light, she said, and I said, and I've heard that is, I've been told
That's
that
kind of sweat.
you need oil change. She said, no, that's not right. She said, check engine means there's a problem in the car. Maintenance required is when you need an oil change. And I went back out to look and it says maintenance required. So it's not that I have a problem with the car, it's that I have, need oil change. Now, if I have trouble with these people and they start adding more to this
Where
thing,
did it go?
I'm gonna get this paperwork from them for 10 to 15 business days. In other words,
Where's the...
all right, say 10 business days.
Oh, I
I'm
see
just
it.
gonna try to say, on 10 business days, if you were to start the seven accounts at Monday through Friday, Saturday, the next week, Monday through Friday, is Saturday. The next Monday through Friday is Saturday. So I could get anywhere from 2 to 3 or more weeks. before I even-
Okay. Let me do that pattern again. I know what I'm doing. It's just I wasn't watching what I was doing.
Not really right to me, it makes me not trust. But I talked to the one lady that's working, she said the guys are working, she knows enough to answer questions, so I asked questions and she couldn't find out.
I had it in this position after I did the other mix. Okay. I go like this, like that, like that. Now supposedly when I do this, see now it worked right. Okay, and this pattern here, that could be a good mix. See, that could be a good mix all around. See, that's a good mix for a matching, and even this. That makes it even more of a mix for a matching routine, matching the cubes. And let's see, what's that other one? I'll get my mind in gear in a minute. I normally are faster than this, but I can't think. That's a good matching mix. And even more of a matching mix with different kind of patterns. That's a pretty good matching mix. And then there's another matching mix.
two pack, only one.
Yeah, well, I was gonna, I did put that on my list though.
There we go.
Got the butter.
And
Still got more butter than other, you know?
Not much.
Not much.
Okay, yeah, usually, but. Okay, yeah. All right, well, thank you for bringing the other in.
Yeah, there we go.
I was going, like I say, I don't know how much.
that's a
candy
pretty
I
good
got
mix
left.
right there.
I usually go out when I don't have enough to eat.
And make it even more of a mix for a matching.
I'm not,
I was only gonna go get the butter while I was there, candy. So I'm glad that you those things out.
I'm next week, I'll eat that.
See, there's a lot of ways to do it.
You're gonna get that?
Next week.
Okay.
I just wish, see, I ordered closer on Christmas and I gave Bob the money. And we looked it on the website for the refractor. I just went volume 1. That's around Christmas of this year, in December. And it's now, I think, March something. And this is Friday, ice cream day, year 2025. And I keep asking Bob every Sunday, and the refractor series volume 1 hasn't showed up. So I see Penguin Magic that they put 446 mix, part of the Rubik's Cube of the refractor series, just that part of it. So I give Bob $9.95, and some reason he can't get connected to it. And he's got it with connected to the Penguin Magic. He's ordered stuff before for him and me, and he can't get in, but he's going to keep trying. And he says, how much was it again did you give me? I said $9.95. Okay. Well, nothing's worked out, Bill. And I said, I don't know. If I would have got to volume 1, I wouldn't have to go through Penguin Magic and get the 446 mix. I would have the 466 mix, and I would have had the Decepticon part, plus all the bonus mixes for volume 1. That's all I wanted. It was icing on the cake, cherry on the top, because I know enough. That would be enough to make my day. And it hasn't showed up. I just pray to Jesus that it'll show up, because I want to be able to, someone name a color, and I'm able to make the color be on here, but all the others mixed up. And then all of a sudden, I could do like a wave or behind my back, and the whole thing's solved. And then for the Decepticon, I could be able to 3 people pick a color, and I'd get one person's color solved. Then I get the next person's color solved, but the other person's color is mixed again. And on the third person's color solved, then all the cube colors are solved. That's called the Decepticon of the refractors on volume 1. It also has a 446 mix. So I've wasted a lot of money, and I ain't got nothing from that refractor. But other people, O'Brien and others, and Craig Petty and Ryland, and all them, they've got it. I don't know how they get it and get it ordered when I can't get it ordered. I don't understand. Why? Is it because they're in that country? I mean, I'm in America. So how long does it take to get to America? Stephen Brundage, it came with a cube and a password, and I went to the website, no problem. I video recorded with my camera, the one I'm right here. and I put it in my laptop PC file, so I can always go back to it. The Stephen Brundage lecture. Then I got the Crazy Sam Solve, and it comes with a cube. And I got the password. I took my video camera and put it in my PC laptop file. So I got both those to practice with. But when I was waiting for the refractor to do the same thing, no show. It's not there. I keep asking Bob every Sunday, no, Bill, it hasn't come in yet. Maybe we'll order you something else. No, I want refractor. I want it. It's the icing on the cake, it's cherry on top. I think there's 6 volumes of videos. I guess if it came with a cube, we would have it. Because Seymour Brundage came with a cube with the password. Crazy Sam Solve came with a cube with the password. But this didn't come with a cube, but it sends you in the same regular snail mail, house mail, the password. After you pay it, it'll come in the mail. You'll get it at your mail, and then I get the password, and then I look it up on my PC, and there it is, and then I'll video record it, put it in my laptop PC. I got enough cubes to practice with it, and to get it down pat. I mean, the Stephen Brundage one's okay, but like they say yellow. And I say, watch as your color comes into view. And they go, wow, how'd you do that? But, and then I've added this little touch to it. Say they pick orange, and then I do a mix. Stephen Brundage spin, and you could even use that for a matching routine. Yeah, see? But anyway, see what I need to look for. Yeah. And then I make their color come into view, and the whole thing's done. It even adds to the thing, like, how would you do that? But if I would have the volume 1 of the refractor series from Kev G and Colin Claus, volume 1 video, I would have the 446 mix, plus the Decepticon, plus all the other bonuses routines in there. And I ordered it around Christmas. Bob put it in the thing in there to order it, and it went in, but it hasn't showed. And it's now almost summer. And then I see on Penguin Magic the 446 mix of the refractor, at least that part of it, and I can't get in that way either. It's like, I don't know what's going on. Bob tries to get in and it won't let him in. And he's been a member there. He doesn't know what's going on. Bob Schofield, Robert L. Schofield. He's a church member friend since 1970s, 1980s, and this is year 2025. He drives the buses, and then the vans, and then the shuttle bus. And now, before that, he worked at a Ford plant. And then he works now as an HRT transit supervisor and bus driver. And before that, he used to be a locksmith smith guy. And before that, what was he? Before that, he told me something else, but he's worked a lot of jobs and side jobs and helped out at the church on the sidewall blasting and all that other stuff. But anyway, I just don't know why the refractor, everybody else is able to get it, but when I try to get it, it's just not there. I've wasted a lot of money and no show. It's like I ordered it and I didn't, and I ain't got, and I wait, and that's my Christmas money, and I haven't be able to get my Christmas present. That's Miss Story, Tommy, Banshee, plus my family at my parents' house gave me money. All that, I was like, oh boy, I got enough to do for the Refractor series. At least volume 1. Nope. It's been around, I think this is March now. And I can't, and I come to Bob every Sunday, and eventually Bob says, Bill, I would let you know if it came in. If it comes in, I'll let you know. Okay. Because he can text me on his cell phone. I got a cell phone. He can text me back and forth. But the thing is, Stephen Brundage, no problem, came in. Because it came with a cube. Crazy Sam Solves, Sam Hung cube routine came in because it had a cube. I guess if the Refractor series had a cube to bring with it, I probably would have the Refractor series. That's what it seems like. But since it didn't come with a cube, it didn't show. It's like I ordered something, a lot of money, but matter, and I ain't got. It's like it's just like if I went to a Copperfield show at Chrysler Hall, and I paid for the ticket, and then all of a sudden, I didn't get to go. But Ticketmaster has my ticket. That's just an example what just happened. It's like, but luckily when we seen Copperfield, everything works out. When we see a Copperfield show and we spend money for it, $40 or $50, we get to see the show every year. No problem. But the Refractor series, everybody else is able to get it. Craig Petty, probably Ryan Petty, because he's connected him. You know, he could share this. He don't have to buy another one because he can teach Ryan. It's like Ryan's trying to teach him the Crazy Sam Solve, but he did teach him the Stephen Brundage routine. But, or maybe Craig got to series 2 of Stephen Brundage, the Cube 3 thing. But everybody's able to order it. O'Brien, all these famous YouTube magicians has got the Refractor series, the Stephen Brundage, the Crazy Sam Solves and all that. Well, I got the Stephen Brundage Q3 and I got the Crazy Sam Solve, Sam Hung series, but for the Refractor Volume 1 is all I wanted. I mean, I looked at all the other ones they uploaded. It's just not me. The Volume 1 is the 446 mix and the Decepticon mix. That's all I need. I just don't understand what's going on. It just blows my mind that I can't get the Refractor series, and I spent the money, and I ain't got anything from it. It's like I gave them the money, but they didn't give me what I wanted. Nothing against them. I'm sure there's something wrong in the system, but I pray to Jesus they get it fixed and send the password to Robert L. Schofield at his house, 208. I forgot the name of this part of the rest of the street. I remember 208 because that used to be my school's homeroom number when I used to go to the school in the 70s and 80s, 1970s, 1980s. But anyway, at IOC, Individualized Learning Center, on the second floor. You had to go up the stairs. But Tommy Story says, well, I went there. They had elevators. They did? Well, that must be for teachers or for kids that's in wheelchairs, because I didn't know anything about that. And then Dave Duncan and Michael Klein went there too. And Michael Klein was in our class. But anyway, then I went to Secondary Education Center, and Tommy was there too. And then later on, I ran into Michael Michael Klein, and then Michael Klein showed me David Duncan, and that's how we got into even more magic tricks. And Bob Scopo took me to my first Copperfield show at Christ Hall in the 1980s. The Crystal Smoke Chamber to the song I Wear My Sunglasses by Corey Hart. And then the second time, his wife Judy came along. I don't know how Bob did it. He went like this. My parents said, Bill, we can't afford that. Then the phone, I was praying to Jesus, I would somehow get to go because the commercial would air all the time. And all of a sudden the phone rings. My mom answered it. Bill, Bob wants you. Hey, Bill, guess what I got in my hand? What? I got tickets to see Copperfield. You want to go? Yeah. I got to ask my parents. I asked my dad and mom, well, you got to take a shower first. I got to take a shower first. Don't worry. By the time you get done, I'll be there. Okay. Then I took my shower, got ready, and I went through the front porch there, and Bob said, look, my hands are empty. And then, poof, he produced 2 Ticketmaster tickets. And he said, what's it say on there? The Magic of David Copperfield. I go, wow, that's cool. And we were in the balcony at the time. And then there were some people who didn't show at the front. And one of the workers, Copperfield's crew, I was supposed, hey, we got extra seats up front. Anybody want some? Bob said, yeah, I'll take 2. Okay, 2. So we went down there, and we got front row seats to see the first time ever David Copperfield. Bob got to see Harry Blackstone Jr. with the floating light bulb idea. He said, Bill, you got to see it. I mean, you might see it in videos and stuff or on TV, but in person, it just blows your mind. Anyway, it's good that Bob got to have fun with Blackstone, and he helped me to have fun with Copperfield. And then after 2 times in the 1980s, Bob took me. Then Tommy Story's mom and dad paid Tommy and my way, and then Tommy and his 2 nephews, Andy Story and Bobby Story. And then Dave Duncan and Michael Klein. And the last time, well, then Matt Galloway came. Well, first he went with his parents, and then the next time he went with us. And then what's interesting, when we came, it was the one where he did this Dreams and Nightmare, and it snowed everywhere. And we came out, and Jesus Christ, Lord Savior God, let it snow for real. So that's a bonus on the top. It's like God said, hey, I'll add some extra cherry on the top, icing on the cake for David Copperfield. Anyway, because David Copperfield is a Christian, so is Andre Cole. Andre Cole thought of 7 ways to make the moon disappear in the 1970s, and he gave it to Copperfield. And Copperfield wanted to do it as a kid. And in the 1980s, he wanted to do it. And then the same guy that mentioned 1980s also said, for the Great Wall China special, he said sometime after the Great Wall special, he mentioned about making the moon disappear. And he said that he also wanted to do it for the Olympics, a big event, but it was £2 too expensive. And he's glad that Copperfield's finally getting ready to do it. And he's got the money. It's $1 billion expensive illusion. It's 40 years in the making, 40 years of hard work. So sometime in a tad future, Copperfield said, we're going to see it in action. But right now, if you see the moon doing weird things, it's him and his crew working on it. And a lot of people upload on YouTube, TikTok, you name it, all social media that's got video. But they ask, what's happening with the moon? Why does it keep disappearing and reappearing? I just saw the moon disappear right before my eyes. And I have to go on all that social media and explain what's going on. Now, Jesus helped me to wake up January the 5th at 3:13 a.m. year 2024, and I uploaded on YouTube, and I used my 90 times zoom on my Palm video recorder, and even up close, it's amazing. Everybody has their ideas. Tommy's story said, use like in Star Trek, a black laser on the moon to make like it's disappearing. Raven Lady and Catherine Lady Magician and Bob Scope say a foil mirror to block out the brightness of the sun, to make the moon look like it's going dark, and then in reverse to bring the moon back. And Bob also said, why don't you just use what Kenny Rock church member says, just reflect the dark side of the moon to the front of the moon. And also Bob said something like Guy Kramer, but use television LEDs like on top and bottom, and it'll look like it's not there, like you do an airplane or a government aircraft, looks like a UFO. It projects. And Bob also said you could use Elon Musk's drones and reflect mirrors in the dark side of the moon, and reflect to the front of the moon. I think that's what Kenny Rock had the same idea when he said just reflect the dark side of the moon to the front of the moon. This Bob went in more detail, which is good because then everybody would understand even more detail about it. And then Miles Till, I think that's his name, or Till Miles or whatever, he said use Elon Musk's 60-something satellites to block out the light from the sun, to do the same thing like the foil mirror, and reverse it to bring the moon back. And I've also said a mirror to put in front of the moon and look like it's gone, but have it in outer space. International Space Station helping out, or NASA, whatever. And United States doing netting to cover the moon up in outer space. I had all these ideas. And they got this new material called Venta Black. It absorbs the most light. So I'm thinking it's out in the desert somewhere in Nevada. It's called a shadow black laser beam, but it's Venta Black. And when you get up close, it's purple. But when you're looking without anything getting close up, it looks like a black line going down it, or across it, whatever. And it looks like the moon splitting up. And even up close, it looks purple. And P.J. Parker's friend Alex, he said, it looks purple. I said, do you notice that too? Yeah. I think P.J. even said it looks purple. And everybody that gets up close, it looks purple. At a distance, it looks like a black line. But anyway, black art lighting is dead black against dead black is absent shadow. Anything bright colors stand out, even neon colors or white gloves. So if you have Venta Black that absorbs the most light, perfect. And David Gray Duncan said, use a cloaking military clear balloon high in the atmosphere and beam a Venta Black shadow laser onto the moon reverse to bring it back. And you could also use Hyper Stealth Corp, Guy Kramer's Bending Light and Visibility Nanobots, metamaterials and visibility, added with 3D cloaking. You got the perfect Klingon Harry Potter cloak to cover the moon up. There's a lot of ways. If you know any ways, post it and comment how you would make the moon disappear. After watching my video at 3076, Moon Shapes in the Sky, Copperfield, I got a lot of views already. It blows my mind that I got a lot of views. That lets me know that everybody's anxious to see Copperfield do it for a live television event. it's taken him longer than when he said, because he ended up getting more sponsors to help him to make it longer. It's a longer event, so it ought to be good. As I like to say, and Copperfield likes to say, it's going to be cool.